When I was young, never had a brain for trees. Slush puppy kids swap brain for freeze. ES the game changer, I changed degrees. Cause a blizzard anywhere I...
What's good, guys? It's your boy Galaxy back again with another video. Now today is going to be a special kind of video. Now you're probably asking why. Well, I don't know. All my videos are special. I'm a special guy. But the reason that today is going to be a special kind of day is for one reason. I'm making a video. No, but for real though, you probably clicked on this video wondering what the new hero effect is, because that's the title of this video, and I've come up with that, and I think it's cleverly ingenious. In Jesus. Anyways, the new hero effect is this. It's whenever a new hero comes out in Overwatch, it is spammed, insta-locked, and completely played out to its misery. The reason I'm making this video is because I was going to make a video on Doomfist, but unfortunately I was going to make a video on Doomfist, but unfortunately I couldn't for one reason. I couldn't get him in a game. Now, this has been going on ever since the first release, which would be Ana. Ana, Summer, Orisa, Doomfist, all four of the characters have the same problem. The problem is that whenever you're playing the game, whenever a new character comes out, not only does a whole bunch of new update crap come out, it changes the entire game, and it causes every game that you're in for the new character to be in. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Doomfist, but there's a few things I don't like about him. One being the fact that he's a DPS. He should not be a DPS character. Dude deserves 7 DPS. We do not need 7 DPS. I think 7 DPS is a little much. I mean, that's, like, out of all 25 characters, I don't know what percentage it is. It's at least, it's over a fifth. A fifth of our characters are, out of all 25 of the characters, 7 of them are DPS. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, I feel like it should be equal. Like, have 6 each, and then have 1 extra. But no, we have 6 defense, 6 tanks, 7 DPS, and 5 support, which is stupid. Why can't you just add another support character? Or I would rather have 7 tanks than 7 DPS, for one reason, because of the character that they did release, Doomfist, is not a DPS type character. Now, if you think about it, yes, he does do a lot of damage per second, which would make sense why he would be under DPS, but all of the other DPS characters in this game aren't in there because of their damage per second. It's because of their mobility, the amount of damage they can do quickly, the fact that they're projectile based, and their flank ability. Yes, it has to do with damage per second because they're all quick, fast, you know, more projectile type characters, but at the same time, most of the characters that are in there are due to their mobility. Yes, there's other characters in the game that are a little bit more mobile, but there's nothing compared to the DPS characters. But that doesn't mean that just because Doomfist has a lot of DPS doesn't mean that he should be in the DPS class. I think the Doomfist himself is more of a tank character for one reason: his abilities. All the other characters in the projectile, like, DPS class, they all have, like, abilities to escape other projectiles. Granted, Doomfist does have his charge slam ability, but, like, that doesn't, like, you can never really escape from anything. And also because of the fact that Doomfist is such a close-up character, snipers can pick him off so easy. Hanzo, Widowmaker, McCree, it's really easy to get them from a distance because of the fact that he can't really shield, he can't, like, deflect. Oh my god, I'm going one more time during this video. Doomfist does have a shield that he generates from, you know, landing his hits on other enemies, but at the same time, Doomfist is, like, he's not that type of character. Like, Doomfist, granted, you know, he does have his shield, but at the same time, other DPSs, like, it's not the shield of another DPS. It's not a Reinhardt shield. It's not an Orisa shield. It's not a Genji deflect. Like, if a projectile is coming in, Doomfist really can't do anything to stop it. He's just gonna have to take the damage and hope that he can get hits on other characters. And also, he can't self-heal. Therefore, like, if you shoot him, you basically get a guaranteed damage percentage taken from his health. Like, you're guaranteed going to get some of his health taken away because there's nothing he can really do to stop it. I mean, like, if there's a tank on your team that's good or something, and the Doomfist is staying behind the shield, then yeah, you're not going to hit him, but at the same time, Doomfist is meant to be in your face. So I think he should have some type of mechanism, be able to deflect and get away from the situations. And also because of the fact that he is a very up-close personal, up-close in-your-face type character, that's why I think he should be in tank. All the other tanks. Reinhardt is probably the only tank that is supposed to be from a distance, and he's not even really supposed to be. Reinhardt's supposed to be around with the majority of the team members and like on the payload and stuff like that, because he absorbs the damage. And I feel like as a DPS, he would be. I feel like Doomfist would be just such a good DPS because, I mean, not a good DPS. I feel like Doomfist would be. I just really feel that like Doomfist would be more well suited as a tank instead of a DPS, because then at least he can be in people's faces without having to worry about having to get a bunch of kills. Like a Roadhog, for instance, yeah, he can get kills. I mean, Sledgehammer nerf kind of actually doing that, but he is like. They could easily move Roadhog to a DPS, and that would be the same thing that they're doing with Doomfist, but they didn't for one reason. It'd be better to give that kind of character more health, something that's more up close and personal and has short range. Because Doomfist's abilities don't really have that big of a range. I mean, they're a little bit farther than most of the tank abilities, but at the same time, they're more at a closer range. They're meant for a closer range, and I think that all of this stuff for Doomfist is really just he's misplaced. But to go back to the whole new hero effect thing, is that every single time a new character comes out, they're insta-locking it. Now, I just switched over to PC, as in, I played console Overwatch for a pretty long time, couple months, and now I'm playing on PC, so I feel like I'm better on PC, which is good, because I've been leveling up to be able to play competitive finally, and because I'm at like a low platinum on console, and I know that I'm better on PC than I am on console, so I wanted to see if maybe I could get to Diamond in this season, or maybe even Masters. You never know. Like I just wanted to see where I was at, but now I can't even play competitive because I know that every single game that I'm going to get, it's going to be another situation with both teams have Doomfist, and since the character is so new, there's really no way that anybody can be good with Doomfist. I mean, unless of course they spammed PTR for ever since Doomfist came out, but nobody really ever does that. You go on PTR not to play Overwatch, just to test out the new stuff, and like that's what the public test run is for. It's not to get good with the character, it's to go test out and stuff. So on the rare occasion that I do get a good Doomfist, on the enemy team, they've got a Doomfist on their team that doesn't know how to play, and it makes the whole game mode messed up, because then their movements are sporadic, like it's not planned, it ruins their comp, which means for them to do stupid stuff, like basically, because maybe in 2 weeks I'll be fine with the Doomfist on our team, because then that gives players enough time to really start to get a handle on the character. But right now, throwing a Doomfist into a team in a competitive match is basically just like committing suicide to the entire match, because since nobody really knows the character, how are you supposed to have a good team composition? And nobody's going to switch, and most people that play Overwatch don't actually use their mics, especially in competitive. So they usually just do team chat, and that's where most of the toxicity comes from, team chat, match chat, people roasting each other. But whenever you try to play these matches, it's not like these Doomfists are going to communicate, especially if their entire team says, they're ruining our team composition, we don't need another DPS, we already have 2 DPS, switch to a tank. And the Doomfist says, no, I want to play Doomfist. But they're still playing competitive. My point being that whenever a new hero comes out, all of the rules and all of the standards and like stereotypes that come with Overwatch, not the bad ones, the good ones, like the stereotype that when you go into a comp match it's going to be a 2-2-2 setup, like that's the good team comp, like that's the meta, that's the best kind of meta. The meta right now is garbage because of Doomfist. It's been, not only was it garbage before, but the team comp before was it was garbage, but now it's even worse because of Doomfist. And I just feel like whenever you go into competitive match, like those stereotypes of that 2-2-2 good team meta are being ruined because of Doomfist. And like, it's not like any Doomfist character that's playing Doomfist is going to care. They're going to be like, oh dude, I'm going to not play the new character because my team wants me to. That's just what happens when a new hero comes out. Whether it be Sombra, Ana, Orisa, or even now Doomfist. It's the same thing repeating itself. I think that what the Overwatch team needs to do is really keep them, at minimal, keep the new characters out of competitive for like 2 weeks, so that way the characters can get good with them and used to them. But no, it's like I just got to level 25 and now I'm excited to go play competitive and I have to worry about stuff like this, and I just think it's ridiculous. I mean, I know that like you have to give people time to get good with the character because it's just released. I just don't see why people are going into competitive matches and doing it. And the reason it's bad for me isn't because like I'm in a low rank and I have to worry about bad players picking characters. It's because I haven't placed yet, so I'll be placed with random people that I want to play Doomfist. Sombra, it was even worse. Sombra was out for 2 weeks before people started getting good with her and stopping picking her. That's what I feel like. There's around a grace period of 2 weeks, and then people are finally like, all right, let's stop playing this character and get back to business. This character's dumb. This character's too busy. But, like, just the hype train goes down. And I also think that the skins for Doomfist are pretty bad. So that was my thoughts. That's what this video is really just about this whole new hero effect. That's what happens almost every time, is that a new hero is released and the hype train is just ridiculous. Except for Orisa. Orisa was a little different because Orisa is a bad character. Nobody likes Orisa. You hardly ever see any Orisa mains for a good reason. Orisa is a bad character. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like. And if you agree with me, make sure to let me know. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. And turn on post notifications to know whenever I release a new video. Whenever that happens on the rare occasion. But I'm excited to be making a video like this. I'm going to be making a video on Doomfist hopefully soon. So maybe watch out for that. And keep your post notifications on just in case I do. So you can see whenever it's first released. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. As always, have a fantastic rest of the day.